Okay, great. Alrighty, hi, welcome everybody. So this is the mindful movement class. I'm just gonna go over this one more time because we've had a couple new people joining. So the only equipment that you're gonna need today is a ball-shaped object of some sort. If you're able to put letters and numbers on it, try to do that. Remember, an even number of letters and numbers, just for some of the games we play with that. If you don't have a ball, you could use an interesting rolled up pair of socks or an interesting rag. Or a dog toy, something that's easy for you to grip and to hold on to. And then just 2 pencils of some sort. Remember, your thumbs also work. The pencils are just kind of nice, nice for end range feedback when we're doing some of our reaching work. And that's it. Yeah, so just a couple of reminders for this class. Make sure you've got a nice big space around you, so arms out so you don't hit anything. Remember, as we move into our visual and mainly vestibular work, that you might find for some of that work that you get dizzy, you might even get a little nauseous. I had a really great question, I think it was last week or the week before. Someone said that they get tired after we do that work, like they kind of just want to take a nap after. All of those things that you might experience are normal and expected when you're doing this vestibular-based work. None of them are bad. We just don't want to go too far past your edge. So once you start to get dizzy, once you start to get nauseous, if a new symptom comes on, that's when you back off and take a break. But yeah, find your edge. Don't go too far past your edge. Take care of your body so we don't push too hard. Yeah, we're assuming you've checked in with some kind of a medical healthcare professional. So move at your own pace and we'll get going here. Make sure I'm set up. All right. And just one more thing. For those of you who sometimes have a hard time hearing me, I've gotten my microphone. We all ordered microphones. I'm hoping that I'll have mine set up definitely by next week. Yeah, I'm having some difficulties with it, but we're gonna hopefully have those set up next week so it'll be a little bit easier to hear me. Alrighty, so I'll have you come to a seated or a standing position of some sort. If you're able to get your feet grounded either on the floor or on your chair, go ahead and settle into that position and we'll close the eyes. And I just want you to start with your breath. You can put 2 hands over your low belly if you'd like, trying to invite and direct your breath into that low belly. And if you're able, trying to just breathe through your nose, so just nasal breathing. It helps calm the body down a little bit more. And then releasing any extra tension you're holding in your body. So if you need to roll your shoulders or roll your neck around, just to remind yourself to release some of that. I want you to set your intention for class today. That can be something specific or something general. And on your next exhale, we're going to open the eyes. Alrighty. Let's bring fingertips to that area just under your collarbones. And we're going to gently tap that area just with the fingertips or the knuckles. And as you do this, I want you to stay with your breath here. I want you to try to keep breathing into your low belly, into your low back. And then I want you to come to your kind of more of an open, broad hand or an open knuckle hand. So as if you were a gorilla beating on your chest. And I want you to make that more of a broad stroke. And can we move down the body on the outside of the ribs and then back up to the chest. Yeah, just bringing some vibration into the body. Moving down the outside of the ribs and back to the chest. Let's do that one more time. And then we're going to move to your low back. I want you to make your touch a little bit more gentle here. Give your kidneys a little bit of a wake up. Breathe into that. And then I want you to work your way. We're going to start with the lower legs today. Tapping, going down the outside of the legs, all the way to the feet if you're able to, and then up the insides of the legs. And let's do that 3 times. Just moving through, you can use an open hand, you can use knuckles, you can rub, you can tap. Find a sensory input that your body likes. Maybe you change the rhythm, maybe you move slower or faster, harder or softer. It's always good just to switch it up now and then. See how your body responds. You might find something new. All right, let's get the tops of the thighs. If you're able to reach under the thighs and get your hamstrings, you could do that too. Okay, and then we're gonna work our way back up the body, and we're gonna go right into one arm. So I'm gonna work down the outside of that arm, and then up the inside. And same thing, if you want to change the rhythm or the kind of stroke that you're using. Vibration is a very natural part. It's a very natural part of our bodies. We have a lot of things in our bodies that naturally vibrate. Go ahead and switch arms if you haven't already. So bringing this tapping it's also a soothing mechanism, and it's really good for our soft tissue, for our connective tissue, which is called our fascia. It helps bring more fluid to the area. That's always a good thing. Okay, alrighty. So go ahead and just sit with that for a second. Just notice how your body feels differently. Okay, and we're going to bring hands to the back of the head, and I have my thumbs kind of on my lower jaw, if you're able to do that. Otherwise, just hands to the back of the head. I'm going to look down at my belly button, and I'm just tractioning, I'm gently tractioning the back of my head to lengthen the back of my neck. I'm just going to release from the back of my neck. I'm going to look up, slide that lower jaw forward. Now hold that lower jaw forward and wiggle it left to right. If you have jaw problems, maybe don't do this one. Otherwise, give that jaw a little wiggle and then look down, traction the back of the neck again. Take an inhale and then exhale, look up, slide the lower jaw forward, wiggle that lower jaw side to side. Notice if it's harder for you to shift it to one side, or maybe there's less range of motion there. One more time, look down, traction the back of your neck. Inhale, and then look up, lower jaw forward, wiggle side to side. Okay, good, and relax, great. We're gonna tilt the head to the left, and then tilt to the right. Tilt left. Notice if there's a difference between the two sides, just moving from the neck to start. Just tilting back and forth, move at your own pace. Yep. Now as we tilt the head, can we bring the body with it? So I'm going to start to tip my shoulders like I'm a teapot tipping to the side. Tip the head, tip the shoulders, tip the ribs. Tip the head, shoulders, ribs. Head, shoulders, ribs. Yeah, I just want you to go back and forth. So we kind of become this wave-like motion, moving from side to side. This is also working the vestibular system a little bit. So if you get dizzy, maybe back off a little bit. Okay, do one more each side. And last one. Good, coming back to the center. So hands can be on your lap. If you need support for this one, we're going to be leaning forward. Otherwise, hands are going to be out in your side, palms facing forward. We're gonna lean forward, and then we're gonna come back to an upright position. Bring the arms overhead, shrug your shoulders up. Yep, bring the arms back down to shoulder height, lean forward. Try to keep your back as flat as you can. Sit up tall, arms overhead, shrug up, inhale. Exhale, bring the arms back down, lean forward. Just getting the shoulders move a little bit more here. Sit up, arms up, inhale, shrug, and down and lean forward. Yep, up, shoulder, arms up, shrug up, inhale, bring the arms down and lean forward. Good, coming all the way back up to the center. Let's go ahead and bring right hand to left knee. I'll just have you find that rotation to the left. And then we'll switch left hand to right knee and rotate. I just want you to go back and forth, maybe holding each side for a couple seconds. It's always good to touch the opposite side of our body. I think I was talking about this last week. How when we touch the opposite side of our body, the two sides of our brain can connect a bit more. So that cross-lateral touch is really important to bring into at least some day-to-day movement. Let's just do one more each side.
That was interesting. Could you repeat that? If you touch your body?
Yeah, so when you touch the opposite side of your body, it allows the two sides of your brains to connect more. It allows that communication to happen a bit more when we bring physical movement into it. There's other ways to connect the two sides of the brains, obviously, but doing a cross-lateral touch is one way to do that with movement. Yeah. Okay, good. Let's bring the arms all the way up to the sky. Inhale, shrug up. Exhale, take a nice roll forward. Pause at the bottom. Take a couple breaths into the backs of the ribs. And then peel yourself back up. Yep, lift your chest. Lift everything up towards the ceiling. Find that big extension. Get as big as you possibly can. Take up space. And then exhale, dive forward. This time when you dive forward, I want you to grab your knees. So you're trying to get small like a ball. And then I want you to roll yourself up, get big, take up space. Take up as much space in the room as you can. Exhale, dive forward, get small. Yep. Roll up, get big. Okay, can we do this a little quicker now? Get small, get big. If you're a standing athlete, when you come down, you can just come down into a squat and grab your knees like you're giving your knees a hug, and then you stand and you get big. Yeah, and if you're seated, you're just giving your knees a hug in the seated position. Just finding a nice fluid breath. So maybe we inhale to get big, we exhale to get small. Can we get big all the way through your fingers? If your fingers are able to open, that's it. Yeah, nice, nice, nice. Just do one more. Yeah, and relax. Awesome, nice everyone. Okay, so let's bring, actually let's do this. Let's start with goal post arms. Yeah, so both hands are up. And then we're gonna internally rotate the shoulders, both hands down. Both hands up. Both hands down. So hands just pivot around the elbows. There we go. Yep. Okay, I'm going to throw a little bit of coordination here. So I want left arm up, right arm down. And then you're going to switch. Yep, so that's it. One arm up, one arm down. And you're switching back and forth. And then notice that as you start to do this, there's kind of a natural side bend that comes into your body towards the fingers that are up. So the hand that is up, in other words, the shoulder that's externally rotated, I'm side bending towards. If you're able to move your feet, I'm going to back up so those of you that can see me, I want you to keep going. I want you to lift your toes up on the side that you're side bending towards. So when the fingers are up, the toes go up. Just going back and forth, maybe making it more fluid, maybe picking up the pace now, like we're dancing. There we go. Let's go for 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. All righty. Scoot in a little bit here. Give the shoulders a little bit of a shake. Give the body a little bit of a shake. Let your breath go. Okay. Alrighty. I'm going to have you grab your letter ball or your ball-shaped object of some sort. Okay. So I'm going to have you, so those of you that have been with me, I'm just going to have you go right into playing letter ball with yourself. You know what to do. Remember, you're either pulling it away from you or you're playing catch with yourself. You're throwing it against a wall or you're playing with a partner. For those of you that are just joining me today, I'm going to walk you through this one. Okay, so holding that ball into your chest, you're going to pull it away from you. It doesn't matter where you pull it away from, so anywhere. You're going to look up at the ball, say the letter or the number that you see, pull it back into your chest. Pull the ball away from you in a different direction. Look at the ball, say the number, pull it back in. Okay, and you're going to continue to do that, pulling it into your chest every time. And once that ball is out away from you, then I want you to look at the ball. Okay, pull it out away, look at the ball. So the goal here is to look as quickly as you can and say the number or the letter as quickly as you can as you pull it away from you. For those of you that are blind or visually impaired, you're still doing this one. You're just really moving that ball around your body so your head, neck, and spine are rotating with you, okay? You just won't be saying the letter or the number if you can't see it. If you've got finger mobility and whatnot, you can play catch with yourself around you, stopping the ball right where you see it and saying the letter or the number. Oops. So this is working on eye tracking. It's also working on warming up our eyes. We often avoid turning our head and therefore our eyes in certain directions throughout our day. We've got a computer in front of us, we've got our phones in front of us. We're usually just looking straight forward. This allows us to use our eyes in all of the directions they're supposed to be used. So it can help warm up the eyes, which therefore warms up the body a bit more in moving in all of the directions. That's kind of a quick and dirty explanation for this one. I'm going to have you bring some coordination and brain speed into this now. When you see a letter, I'm going to have you lift the right side of your body. That might be a right shoulder shrug, a right elbow, or a right foot, whatever you're able to do. When you see a number, lift the left side of your body, shoulder, elbow, or left foot, okay? So when you catch the number, you lift the left foot. When you catch a letter, you lift the right. Number, lift left, letter, the right. Number left, letter right. I'll say it one more time. Number left, letter right. Oh yeah, and I'm pointing to my.
You are backwards.
I'm pointing to my left and right, but go off of what I'm saying, not what I'm doing. Number left, letter right. Yeah, did someone have a question? Nope, maybe not. Number left, letter right.
I said you were backwards.
Yes, I was back. I know, Nancy, I screwed that one up, didn't I? You caught me. Yeah, number left, letter right. Maybe just do 5 to 10 more throws. We're going to switch this game up for next week, but we're keeping it simple for this week. Yeah. Maybe when you've done that last throw or movement, go ahead and relax. I'm going to have you hold on to that ball though. Okay, so you're going to bring that ball into your chest. We didn't do a check, recheck today. We're going to do it kind of closer towards the end. Okay, so hold that ball into your chest. I'm going to have you rotate to your left, reaching that ball up and to the left. Your eyes are going to find the ball, bring the ball back in. Yep. You're going to rotate to your right, move the ball up and to your right or as high as you can. If you need both hands to do that, that's fine too. And then bring it back in. Yep. And if you just need to use your thumb for this one, if holding the ball is challenging, you can just use your thumb. Rotate to the left, bring it up and left, and then in, up and right, and in. Okay. Down and to the left. So holding that ball down towards the ground, rotating, and center, down and to the right, and center. Yep. Down left, center, down right, center. One more time each side. Down left, center, down right, and center. Good. Now taking the ball, you're going to reach it out, either one arm or both arms, reach it out to your left. You're going to shift your body to your left. So look at the camera first. Now quickly look at the ball, pinning your eyes on a number. Say the ball, bring your head back to the center. Bring your whole body back to the center, okay? Shift the ball to the right, so I'm holding that to my right. I'm shifting my whole body to the right. No rules here, just let your body move to the right. Quickly look at the ball, say the letter or the number, and then come all the way back to the center. Ball goes left, body goes left. Quickly look at it and bring it back to the center. Ball goes right, body goes right. Quickly look at it, back to the center.
After you quickly look, I'm sorry, Rachel. After you quickly look at it, do you come back to the center with your face heading straight forward or back at the ball?
So your head and your whole body, everything will come and face the center and shift back to the center. Yeah. So for those of you that are blind and visually impaired, it's a quick head turn. So we're still getting some cervical movement. And there you just won't be saying the letter or the number.
Oh, is it a quick turn and then a quick turn back?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, we're just gonna do that a few more times. Ball left, body left. Quickly look at it. Head center, body center. Ball right, body right. Quickly look. Head center, body center. Ball left, body left. Quickly look. And center, ball right, body right, quickly look, and center. Awesome. Go ahead and put that ball down. Yeah, I'm gonna have you, let's go right into this. I'm gonna have you grab your 2 pencils. Remember, you can use your thumbs if you don't have something, but just something preferably a fine point to hold on to. Okay. So we're going to bring arms, standing and seated athletes are going to be doing something similar here. So you're going to bring your arms out to the side. And we're all going to be doing this one together. Okay. So we're going to hinge forward at the hips, kind of like how we started class, and then coming back up. For those of you that need to support your hands on your legs, you're going to keep your hands on your legs. And instead of holding something out to the side, you're going to use something in the room to look at instead of the pencils. You'll see what I mean in a second. So I'll talk you through this. Again, hands out to your side, palms facing forward. You hinge your body forward and then you come back up. Hinge your body forward and come back up. I'm going to layer on, so stay with me. Do one more. Hinge forward and then come up. Okay. Now we're going to hinge forward. I want you to rotate to the right, stay in that hinge forward position, turn your head to that pencil up towards the ceiling, and then down towards the floor. Up towards the ceiling, down towards the floor. And I want you to quickly go back and forth, turning your head, holding that position, maybe 5 more times. Holding that position, okay? And then go ahead and unrotate your body, so face the center. Pull yourself back up to a seated position, okay? So if you're doing this and you're unable to hold pencils in your hands, you're leaning forward and you're just gonna look up at the ceiling, down at the floor, up at the ceiling, down at the floor, okay? So those are for my people that maybe have a hard time holding the pencils and leaning forward. Otherwise, we're gonna do the other side here. Holding the pencils out to your side, hinge forward, rotate to your left, looking up at the top hand, down at the bottom hand, up and down. And you're just trying to do this as quickly as you can. I'm gonna watch people back and forth, back and forth. Yep, go ahead and come back to the center and then bring yourself back up to a seated position. Yeah. Go ahead and just holding on to one pencil. We're gonna bring that in front of your face. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'll change that for the next one. Okay, holding the pencil in front of the face. We're just gonna find our pencil push-ups. So I'm actually gonna scoot into the camera here. So this is a reminder, if you know what you're doing here, I want you to go right into the pencil push-ups if you've been with me for a while. Otherwise, tip of the pencil is gonna be right in between your 2 eyes. So where your 3rd eye would be. You're gonna pull that pencil in towards your face. The second you start to see 2 pencils, I want you to pull it away from your face. Okay, so this is working on something called eye convergence. For those of you who are blind or visually impaired, you're going to be holding that pencil out in front of you, and you're going to be drawing a circle out in front of you, almost as if you were drawing a circle on a big piece of paper in front of you. Your head, your neck, and your full body moves with that pencil. Okay, so that version is for folks who are blind or visually impaired. Yeah, because that's working more of your vestibular system. Otherwise, I want you doing the pencil push-ups. If you don't see 2 pencils and you can pull that pencil all the way into your nose, then you're doing a great job, and I'm gonna give you one more challenge. Okay, so if you don't see 2 pencils, I want you to start to move your head around with the pencil. So I'm moving my head in a circle as I'm doing pencil push-ups, bringing that pencil in towards my nose and away from my nose, okay? So I'm just gonna watch people here. So I want you to do that. I want you to do that challenge if you don't see 2 pencils. So in other words, if your eyes are able to track that pencil coming in and coming out. If you get dizzy, if you get nauseous, take a break, grab some water.
It's also interesting how one direction will make me extremely dizzy and nauseous quick. The other one, a little longer.
Yeah, and that's a good thing to note. That's a really good thing to note. That information is always helpful because then we can do more, we can give a little bit more love to the side that needs it more. If you're doing circles with your head, make sure that you're going the other direction. So maybe you're doing a few circles in each direction. Yeah, that looks really nice, everybody. Yeah, maybe just do one more there. Just watching everyone. And then we'll come back to the center. You can throw the pencils down just for a second here. We're gonna come back to a little bit more movement, and then we're gonna incorporate some of this stuff together. Okay, so let's just come into a nice easy backstroke just to loosen the body up again. So as one arm comes up, the other goes down. Let's keep head and eyes facing straight forward for this. Okay, now I'm gonna have your eyes stay with your hand that's pulling behind you. So your eyes, your head, and your neck turn and track that hand going behind you. Again, if you get dizzy, maybe back off. Go ahead and pause for a second. Bring that right to freestyle, moving forward. I still want your eyes, your head, and your neck to stay with the hand that's behind you. Yeah. Nice, everyone. Good. Just do a couple more strokes. Yeah, just watching people here again. That's great. Okay, we're going to bring arms stacked in front of us, kind of like genie arms, kind of arms crossed in front of the chest. Yeah, okay. So I want you to start. I'm just going to ease you into this one. This is going to be more vestibular based. Eyes and head are going to stay pointing straight forward. And I'm just going to start to bring my spine and my arms in a big circle, but my head and my eyes stay facing forward. So I lift those arms overhead. I'm inhaling here, and then I'm exhaling to round my spine down. I'm not rolling all the way down to the floor. I'm just rounding my upper spine. Inhale up and exhale down. Forearms stay stacked on top of each other. Yep, there we go. Okay, go ahead and switch directions. And I want you to emphasize this movement from your spine. So it's not just the elbows wiggling around, it's the spine that's opening, rotating, flexing forward. Rotating, opening, flexing forward. Good, go ahead and come all the way up tall. Excuse me, release your arms, give them a quick shake. Okay, if that felt fine for people, dizziness wise, we're gonna layer on with that. You can always stay with that movement we just did if you start to get dizzy. Okay, so same thing, arms stacked on top of each other. If this is challenging for your shoulders, remember you always have the option to bring your arms crossed over your chest. In fact, for this one, if you're crossing your arm, or sorry, if you're doing genie arm stack, I want you to switch the stack. Yeah, so the other arm is on top now. Okay, now I want you to find, I'm gonna give you a couple options here. A big movement, you're doing the same movement with your body, but your head is coming with you. If you're a standing athlete, or if you have a chair that spins around, I'm just gonna have you find spinning circles. Spinning around maybe a few directions in one way. Well, that already made me dizzy. A few directions in one way and a few directions in the other way. I was going too fast there. Okay, just as a couple reminders for this, move slowly at first. Only do a few directions in a few reps in each direction. As always, if you get dizzy, back off. And you can also, so the faster you go, the harder it is. So you can always slow that movement down, or you can make that movement smaller. You can do smaller circles with your body. Okay, so I want you to do maybe 3 to 8 circles in each direction. I know I've been talking for a while, so you might be done already. But pause when you get dizzy, let the system kind of find equilibrium, and then you can go in the other direction. Make a note right now of which direction makes you more dizzy. Which direction makes you more dizzy? Just make a note of that. Okay, and then everyone go ahead and relax once you've hit an even number of the circles that you're doing. Okay, yeah, you can keep going if you're trying to get to your even number. I'm gonna have everyone else just take a nice roll forward. Pausing, breathing into the back of your ribs, just kind of finding a relaxed state here. And then slowly rolling yourself back up. Okay. We're gonna do one more set of that, I know. If that set you over the edge and you're too dizzy, don't do this again. If you feel fine now, I'm gonna do this one more time. You're only gonna do one set in the direction that was harder for you. So for me, for example, it's harder to spin to my left, so I would do another set going to my left, okay? So whatever direction was harder for you, I just want you to do a few more circles. If you've had enough for today, don't do any more, okay? So listen to your body, trust the signals that your body is giving you. I'm just gonna give you, yeah, I see a few more people going. I'm just gonna give you a few seconds here to do that one more set in whatever direction is harder for you. Just gonna give you one more reminder to not overdo it here. Yeah, and then go ahead and relax. Take one more roll down to the ground. I'm gonna have you close your eyes and see if you can sense your breath into the back of your ribs. Can you feel your lower back expand with your inhale and sink in with your exhale? Let's just take a couple more breaths. Feel your lower back expand with your inhale and sink in with your exhale. Good. Go ahead and slowly roll yourself back to the center. Yeah. Let's take left arm up and overhead. And I want you to really reach through that side, like you're trying to get something off of a shelf, and then bring that into a side bend. And then back to the center. Right arm goes up, reaching, reaching, reaching. Side bend. Breathe into the open ribs. And then center. Left arm up, side bend. I like to put my opposite hand. So right now I'm putting my right hand on my open ribs. And inhale. And can you feel those ribs expand into your hand? Sometimes giving some feedback where that hand is over the area where you want to breathe can be really helpful to direct your breath. Yeah, back to the center. Right hand up and over. You can use that other hand to help you find your breath. You can even move that hand around. Where do I feel the breath the most? Where does it feel sticky? Yep, and back to the center. Okay, good. We're gonna bring both arms behind the head. And I want you to close your elbows. So you're trying to touch your elbows together. And then you're gonna curl into yourself as if you were trying to touch your nose to your belly button. Okay, so we're just rounding the upper spine here. I don't expect you to get very far. And then you're gonna lift the chest, pull the elbows away from each other, look up at the ceiling. Yep. Looking down, close the elbows together. Try to touch your nose to your belly button. I've got a good couple of feet before that's gonna happen. And then open the chest, open the elbows, look up. Look down, nose to belly button, elbows together. Breathe into that area in between your ribs. Breathe right into that broad area. And then lift, open the elbows and expand. Yep, elbows together, just one more time. Nose to belly button. Breathe into that mid back. And then lift, open the elbows, open the chest, looking up. Awesome. Go ahead and bring your hands out in front of you. We're gonna work a little bit on coordination here. Okay, so giving me the stop sign signal, fingers up. And then I want you to make a fist as your fingers point down. So we should feel a nice stretch over the top of the arms. Fingers up. If you're able to spread the fingers, fingers down if you're able to make a wrist. Otherwise, you're just moving the wrists up and down. Okay, so spreading the fingers to give me the stop sign signal and making a fist to go down. Spread up, fist down. Spread up, fist down. Okay, can you keep going with this? But I'm gonna have you do the opposite. So one hand, the fingers go up while the other hand makes a fist, and you're just gonna go back and forth. Back and forth. If your arms get tired, you can bring them into your body. This is more about the wrists here. Okay, now can you continue to do that as your arms start to draw a horizontal, oh gosh, I don't think I've tried this one, a horizontal figure 8 So my arms, let's see, my arms are mirroring each other. So I'm doing this movement with my arms, where my arms are doing a horizontal figure 8 mirroring each other. But can we do that while we're doing the alternating wrist movement up and down? Okay, there we go. Just had to find the rhythm. Mirroring, alternating figure 8. Trying to make that as flowy as you can. This is about your brain and your coordination. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be pretty. Yep. And then I want you to stop and go the other direction. Nancy, are you not liking this one? Yeah, this is the last direction we'll do from this one. Don't worry, I won't make you do the alphabet today, so at least you don't have to do the alphabet. You're welcome. Happy Thursday. Okay, good. Go ahead and shake out the wrists and the shoulders and the hands. Okay, we'll bring the hands behind the back. If you're able to clasp the fingers together, to intertwine the fingers, just finding a tractioning, so reaching down towards the floor behind you. I'm gonna have you hold that. I want you to close your mouth if you can breathe through your nose. Poke your tongue into the left side of your cheek, and then turn your head to the left. So we're gonna keep our arms tractioning back, whether they're interlaced or not. Tongue into the right side of your cheek, turn your head to the right. Tongue to the left, turn your head to the left. Tongue right, head right. Tongue left, head left. Tongue right, yep, and just keep going back and forth. Tongue, head, and eyes. Tongue, head, and eyes. Yeah. When we start to bring our tongue into movements, it stimulates a couple more cranial nerves. Remember, the more nerves, the more areas of our body that we can stimulate, the more aware of those parts of our bodies we become, the better our movement becomes. Again, a quick and dirty explanation, but that's why we bring eyes and face and tongue movements into this work. Okay, go and come back to the center. I know we didn't do a check, recheck, but y'all have been with me long enough to know what this kind of stuff feels like, right? Okay, so let's just do a few overhead arm raises. Just noticing how that's feeling. You can compare this maybe to the beginning of class because we did just a couple of these in the beginning. Go ahead and come back to that shoulder internal and external rotation with your goalpost arms. Good. We can bring arms out in front of us, palms together. Go ahead and rotate to your left. Remember, arms can be crossed against the chest if that's easier for you. And then arms to the right. And just noticing how that rotation feels for you today. How your breath feels when you rotate. And then relax, and then just the head turning to the left and the right for that cervical rotation. I'm just noticing if that feels any different than usual. If you're a standing athlete, you can be doing sit to stands or a single leg balance. If you're on the floor, you could be doing push-ups, something of that sort. Yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and come all the way back to the center. We'll close the eyes. We'll try to bring our breath back to just nasal breathing. You can bring both hands over the low belly if you'd like to direct that breath to go lower into your belly. Remember, not a bigger breath, just a lower breath. Release any extra tension you're holding. Let your jaw hang heavy. Can you think of one thing you're grateful for today? Maybe one thing you're grateful for about your body. Let's take one more inhale, one more exhale, and we'll open the eyes. Awesome. Thanks so much for joining today, everybody. We worked a little bit more on our vestibular systems than we normally do. We're going to play more with the visual system next week. So take it easy. If you find that you got dizzy during those, yeah, just take it easy, grab some water, move slow, listen to your body, all of the good stuff. Let me know if you've got any questions. We have the Rev Ride coming up, not this weekend.